تودك لغدت روحك ملولة.
You're checking out Fearless Muslim America's think tank. We are right now getting involved into a discussion on how to awaken the Muslim community. As I mentioned, the Muslim community, some of them here in the United States, are suffering from apathy, inactivity, laziness, and just all around shiftlessness. And this is something that we need to get rid of so that we can move forward for the future. Joining us today, I'm very happy that we had a chance to get him back with us, is our brother and friend Shadid Muhammad. He is a graduate of the Islamic University in Medina, the College of Hadith, and also an author of the book For the Sincere and a noted lecturer. He joins us today from Philadelphia. Brother, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Again, I express my appreciation and thanks for you joining us. I know you're a very busy man with places to go and people to see. Especially wanted to congratulate you on your new gig over there in Philly. I know that the brothers got you busy and a lot of good things.
No, alhamdulillah. I'm pleased to be on the show again.
Thanks so much, brother. Really appreciate it. We are just wanting to get into this discussion in earnest. As I mentioned, sometimes, as the Prophet ﷺ mentioned, there are times of fierce activity. Times, we just finished Ramadan just a short time ago, it seems, and this Masjid is full and it's active and there's activities and there's things to do. The community is responding to da'wah. The hearts are getting soft. But then, there comes a time of period where people just kind of get lazy. And on a larger sense, I think that the Muslim community is not doing exactly what it should with regards to especially all of the problems that we have from children on up into some of our elders. We've got a lot of problems that we need to tackle, and are just not facing it with the kind of energy and vigor that's necessary. I don't know if you can kind of help us to diagnose the problem a little bit more, as well as, kind of get us on into the road to fixing it. So what are you seeing out there?
Bismillah walhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah amma ba'd. I think that there are some efforts, on the part of many of the Islamic communities here in America. But what I think is that there's not enough. I mean, there's so many areas to tackle. I mean, just starting with da'wah efforts. And what I mean by da'wah, I mean calling the non-Muslims to Islam, or at very least trying to rid them of some of the myths and misconceptions that they may have about Islam. They have this new term called Islamophobia. And as Muslims, we are the ones that are responsible for removing this phobia from them regarding our religion.
That's right.
We can't sit around and wait for CNN or any of the other forms of media to come and try to spread, or give a good word about Islam to kind of tone down the phobia. That is our responsibility. I'm really
so glad. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm really so glad that you've said that, because you see Muslims circulating videos on the web of comedians, entertainers defending Islam. It's almost as if we as Muslims have become so toxic that the word from a Muslim, or so mistrusted, that we can no longer, we've been handcuffed to defend ourselves or our religion.
Yes.
In the public
square. And I think that we focus in many Islamic communities, we tend to focus on ourselves as opposed to the outreach that we should be focusing on with the non-Muslims. I mean, there's a wide range of things that we can do, like writing books. Even I had given a lecture some time ago about things that some of the sisters can do, especially the sisters, because they are attacking the image of the Muslim woman. They depict her as being weak and meek and humiliated and overly humble and submissive and all of the other adjectives that we can think of negative to describe her.
Right.
And it's the Muslim woman. I mean, we as men can say all day long that our wives are not oppressed. Okay, but who's to say? I mean, they have to hear that. coming from the voice of the Muslim women.
Right.
And that can be done in a number of ways. I mean, I had given a suggestion to the sisters before of doing a weekly newsletter. Some of the Masjid, alhamdulillah, the Masjid that I recently took the position of being the Imam of UMM, United Muslim Masjid, they, alhamdulillah, one of the things that I noticed that they do at the Masjid is that they have a weekly newsletter that goes out every week, Thursday night. Friday morning, the newsletter is out. It's sent out over the email to all of the community members. It's also posted in the Masjid, as well as a free handout given to those who come for Jumu'ah.
Right.
Which is an excellent way to keep the Muslims abreast to the community activities and what's going on in the community. And that's also something that can be done, for the sisters, whether it's, breastfeeding issues or marital issues or just women issues in general that can be propagated, in the community for both Muslims as well as non-Muslims. So there's a lot of things that can be done, and I just think that we need to broaden our horizons and be a little more optimistic and open-minded about what it is we can do to aid and assist this religion. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَلَيَنْصُرَنَّ اللَّهُ مَن يَنْصُرُهُ, that Allah will assist and aid those who assist Him. And assisting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in aiding His religion, struggling and striving and exerting all of our efforts to make sure that this religion is uppermost in any land that we find ourselves.
Now, we find the young, energetic person who may be just going into college, or he may be someone who has returned to Islam or reverted and so on and so forth, and they find themselves with a little bit of energy and they just get disgusted. They are upset at the lack of energy in their community, or lack of activity. Like, for an example, you will find some masajid where there is no weekly study circle going on, and I think that is one of the ways that we can actually kill our community slowly. I mean, I don't know if you can talk a little bit about the importance of establishing a knowledge circle in the Muslim communities to teach correct religion.
I think, and in defense of those communities, I have frequented some of those communities. And I think that their argument is always, well, we don't want to speak without knowledge. We want someone that has knowledge to come in and educate the religion, educate the people to the religion. The Prophet ﷺ, he said, "Ballighu anni walau ayah." Convey from me, even if it's just one verse from the Quran. And alhamdulillah, we have so much information available in the English language now. You have the Tafsir Ibn Kathir, where a person could just basically take a verse from the Quran and just read the basic tafsir of the ayat. And it doesn't require a person to have, a mountain of knowledge. As the scholars say, that a person should teach what he is capable, what is within his capacity to teach. And that is good. I mean, a person doesn't have to have a whole bunch of knowledge. Many of the Bedouin Arabs, they would come into the city of Medina and they would learn from the Prophet ﷺ an ayat or two, and then they would go back out into the desert. They would educate their people to what they learned. And I mean, this is good. So a person does. I think sometimes we sit around and wait for this student of knowledge or this, da'i to appear, and to just, educate the community. And as long as you're sitting around and waiting, we're basically wasting time in the meanwhile. So I think that there's some small things that we can do, like you mentioned about study circles, both for the brothers as well as sisters. I think we've kind of let the sisters dominate that particular arena of, the study circles and the books. They have the book clubs and things like that. That's also something that can be done amongst the brothers. A book club is not, no one said that the book club is based upon gender, male or female.
Right.
Book club is a book club where we, choose a particular book. We all go back and we read the book, and alhamdulillah, we have an email, and we're sending emails to one another about different chapters that, different benefits. And then what someone can do at the end of all of that is to gather all of the benefits that all of the emails that were existed in all of the emails, and just compile all of those benefits into one, small ebook or whatever. And you can just say our community's benefits from this, and that's something that you could teach in a class or give it to other people. And I mean, as well as connecting with other students of knowledge and da'is from other places, whether they do via telelink or over the phone or whatever the case may be. There's many different ways and medias that we can utilize to facilitate information to our community.
And I'm going to have to chop in here. We're at the half point of the show here, so we're going to have to take a break for station identification and the news brief. And when we want to come back with you and pick up right where you left off. And I also want to talk to you about the Imam's job, because we got a lot of brothers, maxing and relaxing on, and not really taking up a responsibility. We kind of want to wake them up as well. So again, I express my appreciation for you being with us, and I'm really interested to go further and deeper with you. Brother Shadid Muhammad is with us right here on KZUM Lincoln. We are going to continue on with our program on how to wake up the sleeping Muslim community. We'll be right back right after these brief messages. Bringing America the how, the truth.
Fearless Muslim America's think tank, American Muslims Today.